everyone, and I know I am a little bit late to this topic, but I am covering all of the news we have thus far on the new movie DeadPool 3. Now, there's been a ton of news from the Wolverine and how it's going to be going back to the comics, all the way to where there's going to be a reference to 20th Century Fox, and we'll talk more on that later. Now, let's start off with the bits we do now. No, we know for the most part that in the screenshots that we do have involve the action sequences. And if you're wondering why he has sleeves, and there was some controversy about this when it was first talked about, but it's been dissolved now for the most part. It's because the person that plays Wolverine has a condition. So if their arms were exposed to the heat and the sun during filming, it could really hurt and give the actor pain. So, it's just better if it has sleeves. And honestly, from just a general standpoint, I actually really like the sleeves. I think it adds more of a complete look to the suit. But you never know. We could see shots later in the film where he doesn't have sleeves, like shots where they're inside somewhere, not outside, or things like that. Like say they're on a soundstage or something. But also I think I'm staying very optimistic from the screenshots we have so far, because look at this. This is a full-on set out in the desert. I am very optimistic about not super from what we've gotten previously, but from what we have so far, I am optimistic about the screenshot. I'm hoping we're going to get some good, legit shots in this film, not just all sound stages, things like that. But now let's cover some of the action. All right, so looking at this first screenshot, this is just a basic behind-the-scenes shot of them talking. Next screenshot, we can see them, they're doing some flips, they're duking it out right here, right now. And I'm assuming there's going to be some shots where they're going to add the claws in post, because in none of these screenshots do we see Wolverine's actual claws. But hey, we might see them at a later point in post. Anyways, but yeah, so epic fight scenes, exactly what we want to see from this kind of movie. And seeing Wolverine and Deadpool together is just awesome on its own. I mean, think about it. Seeing these two characters are polar opposites, yet they have things in common. They are, so to speak, the opposite sides of the same coin. That's why this matchup is truly intelligent and brilliant. Yeah. Anyhow, now we have to talk about the giant centerpiece 20th Century Fox, quite literally elephant in the room. This being the 20th Century Fox logo that's in the background. Now, my film theory is that they are doing this to more or less honor 20th Century Fox and show how it was used and make it a centerpiece of a fight. And who doesn't love that? Having a 20th Century, having the same logo that made this a centerpiece for a fight scene in the movie, thumbs up. And a lot of people, when this first came out and there wasn't as many context, people thought this was like a jab at 20th Century Fox, and a lot of people didn't like this. But then we saw this quote from comingsoon.net, which is a trustable news film magazine, and also there's a lot of other sources that have basically said the same thing too. Quote, Deadpool 3 director Sean Levy is promising fans the upcoming sequel will honor the legacy of Fox's X-Men. In a recent interview with Total Film magazine, per IndieWire, Levy commented on how Deadpool 3 will explore the legacy and history of both the Marvel Cinematic Universe and the Fox's X-Men universe. So, what can we get from this quote? Well, more or less paragraph. We can get that it's trying to combine both worlds. It's trying to have the best of both worlds combined into this one universe while complementing the old, while putting on the new with what we've had before. Because all we know, these Fox films are extremely important to what's going to be happening here. And when they say honor, I'm hesitant to believe this. But at the same time, I mean, like, it's still pretty cool that they're doing this. And let's just take a second to look at these screenshots. And for as far as I know, these are the only things we do. And there's a lot of expectations for this movie. We should just remember that we should all stay like cautious and not be 100% optimistic, because you never know. There have been movies that we've had high expectations for, and then they just went down the gutter. Like one example being Indy 5. For some people, Age of Ultron. Things like that. But yeah. So okay, that's the information so far on DeadPool 3, and also with the writer's strike that's going on. This movie has been delayed, and so has its filming. So this movie will probably be delayed